Hello! Welcome to the final progression episode of the series. This is going to cover my journey and adventure completing the Song of the Elves quest. By this point, I have all the requirements, everything ready to go. This is just the final completion of the quest, which ended up being quite the ordeal for me, as this episode will show. Now, something I'm doing a little bit differently in this episode is I'm going to edit it in the style that the guide originally intended. And this might sound weird, but originally I was going to do all of the episodes and all of the footage in this manner where I'm fast forwarding through most sections rather than doing a lot of cuts, and there's a lot more commentary and detail about what I did and the steps that I took. So you'll see that. You'll also notice that the video ended up being over an hour long just to complete this quest and took so much more time to edit. That's why I had to reduce that. I couldn't possibly do that for the rest of the series as it would have been so long. But because this is the final episode, I decided to go ahead and do it. And if you want the guide portion of this is really simple. Just complete Song of the Elves. There's not really that many steps to it, so I figured we'll have a bit of fun with it. And you can read the text guide for some details on how to do the Fragment of Saren fight if you want to see that. But before we get into it, I want to have a few tips so that I don't need to jump in later and interrupt this video too much. First of all, whenever I talk about the belladonna and the text box, I have some belladonna, some nightshade here. Whenever you eat it outside of combat, it has a text box. But what I realized is when you're in combat, it doesn't seem to have a text box. So just something to be aware of. It'll make sense whenever you see the clip. I was talking about that, but I'm going to just cover it. And then also the rune bar. I cut out a clip, but I actually got my runite bar for the quest by killing Firewatch Sentinels, and I just happened to get one. I was getting a bit of cash on the side, and I got a runite bar drop. But for you guys, the easiest way to get a runite bar with the release of Varlamore is actually to come here to this really cool little nest. I'm going to show you how to do it, and it's a pretty cool kind of Easter egg that's actually very useful for us. And you come over here to Alderan, and you can see I have a pair of rune plate legs in my inventory. So we're going to actually use a very weird style merchant. This is a reference to the Dark Souls games. I'm a really big Dark Souls fan, so this is awesome. But in that game, there's a nest that you can drop items into, and then when you come back, it will have a different item if you drop certain ones, and there's a few actually pretty good trades you can get. But this is a reference to that. You come up here to this nest, and most of the items you can trade in are pretty junk. The wiki has a list, but one that is very useful is that if you use a pair of rune plate legs on it, and then you have to, I think you just have to hop worlds. I only have one pair of rune plate legs, so hopefully this works. We just hop worlds, I believe, and then when we search it, you should get a runite bar back. There we go, we got it. There it is. It worked. Haha! That's the first time I've done it. These things are expensive. You see, I'm kind of broke right now, so I only had one try at this. So there you go. Runite bar for the quest. Nice and easy. You don't have to do magpie implings or something like that, like I had to do in the past. But there you go. I believe that's all I have to cover, and we are going to hop in the quest. Enjoy the video. Enjoy my journey. Settle in, and have a good one. Okay, we are here, and it is finally time. I am all ready, and I am excited that we're going to start Song of the Elves and finish out this guide so that I can finally spend forever editing everything and figure out how the hell I want to show it to you guys and put this guide out only for probably things to change and sailing to come out and maybe completely upend the meta. But you know what? We're gonna make it work, and the power of video editing might be able to save me there. But either way, I am ready to go. Now, as with I've done with other quests, this is one of those ones where you don't want to try to collect all of the items up front. Just take it one section at a time. I have done Song of the Elves several times in the past, and it is quite a hefty quest, but I never mind doing it. Probably because it's the culmination. The actual doing the quest part is almost it's the victory lap of having completed all the requirements to even do the quest in the first place. So by the time you actually get to completing the quest, you don't mind doing because it's the reward for having worked so hard to get 70 Herblore and everything. But anyway, I have all these items. I think this is all I need for the Ardone section. Is the mortar section, the mortar set, and the steel and everything. I bought these from Lydia. But we are actually here at the Belladonna patch because while we're doing this, I also need to farm some Belladonna, and this will be required for the method we're using for the Saren fight, the fragment of Saren fight. And I want to go ahead and get on this now. I think that 2 pulls from here should be good enough, but and I've obviously pre-planted this one. So you see I got 11 there. If I get another half decent pull, then that should be enough. But if I don't get enough, then I might have to do another one. But I want to go ahead and do that now, so I'm not waiting on it at the end of the quest. This is a pretty long quest, so I think that by the time I'm done with the everything else, I think this will be grown, honestly. I think it only takes about the same amount as an herb patch. If not, I guess I'll just have to wait. But don't forget to do that. Now, you want to use this Belladonna because it is stackable. We're going to go ahead and show you guys this. This is the whole point, is that it's a way to damage you. And I'm going to go ahead and swap this before I forget. Okay, so before I forget to even talk about this, and I will go over this again, that you need to eat the Belladonna. And I wonder if there is a way to remove this text box, because... Okay. I have to play around with it. I might do it, but you need to eat the Belladonnas during the fight, and you have to be really careful because it does have that text box notification. So you don't take the damage till after the text box goes off, and you need to take the damage to pop your Phoenix necklaces. So it can be tricky. I would definitely recommend practicing it a little bit before the fight, but either way, that's what we got. I just used up a couple of ones. Again, if I end up needing more, I'll just farm another patch and wait on it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get going. I am cooking. I've got myself Diet Dr. Pepper here, and did some more training. This is actually a little ways after the last clip because it's finally the weekend. It's the weekend after Christmas, and I am ready to go. I finally have some time to sit down and actually do a 2-hour recording. I think this quest will probably take me around 2 hours or so. I think maybe, depending if it goes smoothly. It could actually take longer because gearing up for the Fragment of Saren fight is probably going to be a decent amount, but 2 to 3 hours.
Y me llama el cocinero. Risita, ¿qué? Ve por la paellera. Venga, que las 2 de la tarde ya están aquí. Miren, bañador, en las chanclas. Todo despeinado porque no me dio tiempo nada ponerme las chanclas y el bañador. Voy a la playa, había subido la marea. Jesús. Jesús. Había subido la marea y encontré una paella. Y la encontré porque estaba la paellera agarrada metida entre las piedras de Chipiona, del faro. Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con una paellera y adentro la vende paellera. ¡Asómate, mira dónde llega el agua! Llegaba el agua hasta el restaurante. Había subido la marea. Jesús, hay que hacer para ahora con los 2 sacos de arroz. ¡Ay, llama para Sevilla! ¡Llama a Sevilla que traigo paella! ¡Ay, Jesús, y yo con el bañador y con la paella! ¡El cocinero! ¡No vea!
But
Sevilla.
I also have some gumbo, some nice tasty gumbo. One of my friends is actually from New Orleans, And so she made gumbo for Christmas, and it was great, very tasty. So I got some leftovers of that. Gonna go ahead and eat those up while I'm doing this quest. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get it going and knock out anything, and I'll mention anything that's relevant for the quest. But hopefully, it'll go relatively smoothly. Okay, let's go kill a king. Ah, the library. I am here at the library. I'm always surprised how early this is into the quest. It feels like should be really late in the quest, but it's like midway through. There's plenty more to do afterward. Um, Either way, we're here now. I gotta put on the music. This is the most banger music. I remember whenever I did the quest originally the first time, I really loved it. So we're gonna put that on. I might like overlay it because I'll probably fast forward through this section or something. But we're gonna go ahead and do that and enjoy. I don't know, it's like 45 minutes or so of doing this, but we'll enjoy this Song of the Elves music track. Okay, guys, that is the end of the library. Enjoy. We probably just did a speed fast forward for you guys, but we're gonna continue on with the quest. That took me almost an hour. I think I started login time a bit before an hour, so right about that time, and I guess I'll hop worlds to get out of the library. All right, let's continue on. Hey, there we go. Shout out to Mr. Gage here for wishing me good luck. Pretty goaded here. Full Torval Ultimate Ironman. Let's look up his stats. Look him up. I bet he's maxed. Oh, he's not maxed? What is he missing? Oh, one level in smithing. I'm sure he'll get there. Maybe it's not even updated. I wonder if that's intentional or not. But shout out to this guy. We're in finishing up Song of the Elves and getting warm welcomes from Mr. Gage. But let's continue on. Alrighty, guys. I know I'm not jumping in much in this episode, but I decided that I would show you that Mr. Gage did, in fact, max. So, shoutouts to him. Congrats on the max cape, and thanks for the good luck. And I also wanted to take this moment to kind of give thanks to everybody else who I spoke to on the journey. Most of them either were not recorded or were in video sections that ended up getting cut. and or just buried in all the footage that I've got. I'm sorry if I spoke to you and didn't get shown, but I do want to give you shout outs. You guys know who you are. I don't know, maybe talk to a dozen or so people throughout the course of the guide. It was definitely weird for me getting recognized in game by a handful of people because, that's a thing that happens to famous people. But I think just a lot of the Ultimate Ironmen who have seen me on the Discord recognize the name. So that was pretty nice. I really appreciate it. And, I hope that your journeys go well and that you appreciate the guide. And, the UIM Discord is great. And that's all I got to say. We'll continue on. Okay, that one went much better than the first time. The first time I got to try this fight, I was not quite prepared, and then I realized, just kind of had a moment of clarity, that I was still death banked, and that if I died in this fight, I would lose everything in my death bank, and I started taking a lot of damage. It kind of messed up everything, and then I realized I don't know what happens if I fail. Does it count as a death? Because if it counts as a death, then I would lose everything in my death bank. So I just panic tallied out of there. This time went much smoother. This guy, I think, is fine as long as you don't get hit by the special. But we'll see how it goes. But if I have to... Oh, that's not the special. If I have to... Yeah, he like drains your stats, but I have super restores. Um, so we'll see how it goes. But hopefully I don't have to. Okay, so he goes there and then he does that. Oh, yeah, I have to switch back quickly. Alright, but we'll see how this fight goes. Okay, that guy was kind of a pushover, so that was easy. Now we'll watch this final cutscene, and then it will be time to prepare for the final fight. I should be able to just teleport out. I think we go into the fight right after this, right? Yeah. You will automatically enter the tip equipped with light. I always wondered, like, what you might get stuck in this cutscene. I think the first time I got here on my Ultimate Ironman, I didn't actually have. I thought I didn't have any way to teleport out, and I was really scared because I don't know if I was death banked, but I just didn't want to die, of course. And then you start the fight, and then I realized that one of my items that I was wearing actually did have the ability to teleport. But here we go. You can see we're obviously not even close to prepared for this fight at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and teleport out, and it will be time to prepare for the final fight, and this is a whole beast of its own. Yeah, sorry, Fragment of Saren. Not right now. I'll come back for you. Let's go ahead and check on my patch. Now, I did look it up in the wiki, and apparently I don't think this is actually gonna be grown. Yeah. So I was wrong, and I looked it up while I was doing the quest, and the belladonna does not grow at the stage of an herb. It's actually every individual stage. Okay, so it's getting there. I've spent so damn long on this quest that it's actually getting close to being grown. But it's actually every stage of the growth cycle is the same length as an herb patch, not the whole patch as a whole. So this thing takes quite a while to grow, but luckily this quest takes forever. So probably by the time I'm done preparing for the rest of the fight, it might be grown. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break here, and I'll come back. It'll be just a cut for you guys, but I'll see you guys back, and I'll prepare for the final fight of Song of the Elves. Okay, guys, we are here, and I've actually done a little cut. I'm re-recording this because I changed my mind on something, and I picked my belladonna. It's been a little while, so my belladonna grew, and I replanted it, and you can see I got 19 nightshades. That's a pretty good number. I think that will be enough for the fight, actually, but this plant will still be growing, and it might actually be grown by the time I'm done with what I have planned. Okay, so I am in a little bit of position here. I don't have much money. We've discussed this in previous clips, but I've been really kind of sailing it to the end on my cash stack, and I'm running out. Now, in order to do the fight, I need the money for the runes, but I've also realized that I need money for the outfit. The Mystic set, which was the original plan, actually cost over 200k to buy, and I don't have that. But there's another option which I could either just grind out some money. I could do agility pyramid, maybe wealthy citizens or something. Get the money for the outfit and go for that. But the other option is to go for the Void Knight and Magic outfit, and I think that's what I'm going to do because the Void Knight outfit will take longer to get, but it's much more useful in the long run. If I ever do come back to the account, having the Void Knight outfit is really helpful, mostly for range. So even though I'm not going to be getting the range helmet right now, I will be getting the other pieces. So the top, the bottom, and the gloves. So getting the range helmet in the future won't be too bad. However, the Magic Void set is about the same DPS as Mystic. I looked into it on DPS calculator, and they're pretty much identical. With the Void Knight set technically being ever so slightly better, but it's not a big difference. Also, I need to get some money to buy runes to do the mage training, or not the mage arena one cape, so I can get that for the fight. So I'm gonna get that. Doing the Void Knight pest control will also get me a little bit of money. I think like 1,000 coins per run, which will add up to a little bit of cash, but it's not the main thing I'm doing it for. In the meantime, I will go ahead and do the combat diary, because if I complete some tasks, I'll be able to get one extra Void Knight point per Void Knight run, and that will add up. That's a 20% difference versus 5 points to 6 points. It's a pretty big boost, and I think these tasks won't take too long to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just knock out some combat tasks. I don't even know if I'll show them all, but it's just going to be, I might just go through at the end, and there's a lot of these are just go and kill a random thing, maybe do something, but we're going to go knock this out, do the Void Knight set. Even though it'll take longer, it is better in the long run. And finally, after much of a detour here, I will be able to gear up for Saren. Okay. Okay, guys, I am here, and we're gonna continue on. I decided to make a quick clip for the combat tasks. So I did a few tasks already. I think I killed a Blood Veld. I did the Fire Giant. I did the Greater Demon. Did a Hellhound. I killed a Greater Demon with the Demon Bane weapon, and also a notable, really easy to do Hespori task. This just got some knives and knocked it out. Really, it only took literally one attempt. And there's probably some other easy tasks that I'm missing in the list, but I've decided that there's 9 points remaining for me, and I can get all 9 of these points, I believe, from the Crazy Archaeologist just by doing his tasks. The 25 KC task is 3 points as well, and this is a solid way because I also could get a rune crossbow, and the rune crossbow could be useful in the future if I do decide to stay around. I mean, the rune crossbow is just beneficial for a lot of things, as anybody would know. So I figured, you know what, might as well do this. I'm using just a very basic setup with Chaos Gauntlets, and hopefully, I think 500 death runes might be enough. I'm not really sure how many casts it's going to take per kill, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. You can see all my stuff is death piled, so I'll go be resetting that, and hopefully this won't take too long, but if it does, it's not the end of the world, because again, I might get some rune crossbows. Anyway, okay. Okay, guys, I am here. I am now finished up with my easy combat diaries. This actually took a bit longer than I expected, maybe like an hour and a half or so, but I got it done. And we can say here, I'd like to talk about my achievement diaries. I've completed the combat one. There we go. I think that's the right thing. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go and toss this bad boy on the herb lore, of course. Not that we really need it, but don't need the hilt right now. I did end up stopping the Crazy Archaeologist at 10 kills rather than going all the way to 25. It was just costing way too many runes. It was a lot more runes per kill than I expected. Looking around 40 kills, a bit around there. I also killed one of the Barrows brothers with magic as a combat task, and then I went to Temporos and just finished out the task at Temporos instead, and that was much easier, quicker, without costing runes. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hop over to pest control. You can see I can just have all my items here. This looting bag I got from whatchamacallit, from Crazy Archaeologist, but has nothing in it right at the moment. I'll go ahead and use that later. because you don't really need any inventory for pest control. Okay, let's go ahead and knock that out, and I'll probably see you guys after I have Mage Void. Okay, guys, I am here at Pest Control, and I guess you can't see, but I have the required 850 Void Knight commendation points. You can also see I got a decent stack of cash during that grind. We come over here, and there we go, 855 points. That will be enough to buy the full Void Knight Mage set. So this did take a little while, but it will be worth it in the long run. And you know, if I ever go for the Void Knight range helm, this guy, the Void Knight range helm, then I already have most of the outfit done. And that range helm is quite good for several things, most notably just training. It's very good for training range because it actually gives max hits, whereas most range gear does not give any max hits. So now we're going to grab this guy. Also, this was free. I mean, not really free because it cost time, but it did not cost my cash stack, and the void will be useful. Okay, so we got that, and now it is time to actually gear up for Song of the Elves. And I wonder if I can alch these. I don't know if I can actually alch them, but I'm going to get rid of them because I want to get money, but we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, let's see here. We need to do this in stages, and it's going to be quite the process to gear up. I have to figure out how I want to do it. I don't think I really want to hold on to the crystal bow. I guess I could revert it into a seed. I'm going to revert this into a seed, make it easier to manage. It didn't have many charges on it anyway, but now it can be stored in the looting bag if I want to. Let's go ahead and drop this. I'm just cleaning out my inventory of items I don't expect to need because I'm going to be death piling, and I don't want any more items than are necessary. Bone bolts I don't need. Boots of lightness I'm not planning to use. I'm not planning to use an avas. I have a reference over here of the inventory and gear setup that I'm planning to use, and anything that's not part of that, at least for now, we're going to get rid of. I also got some more nightshade, as you can tell. Okay, I don't think I'll need this. I'll hold on to it for now, but I don't think I'll be using that because I can get there with the charter ships and save an inventory slot. Okay, so we've got that. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to go ahead and pop this void in the house because I don't want to be holding on to it. Just actually, it's extra stuff to manage while I'm death piling, so I'm going to put it up there for right now. Okay. Oh yeah, it does that. It tells me I can't put the gloves in, but I should be able to get the gloves now. Yeah, that's weird like that. It always gives me that warning on the gloves for void, even though you do have the other items. Okay, there we go. So that's the full void set in the house, and that's part of why void is such a good armor set for Ultimate Ironman. Is it's fully storable in the player-owned house, and it's not very many switches when you're doing multi-combat styles. Okay, and then let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to see if I can alch these Barrows gloves, because I'm not planning to use them because I'm using void. So let's see if I can do that. If I can, that'll be a nice little boost of cash. However, it shouldn't be necessary because I got the extra money and I saved the money from the void set. We'll come over here and I'm going to find out. Now, obviously, I'm losing money on this, but I don't really care because I can also go back and just get myself the void melee helm for future training, and I don't want them to be clogging up my inventory for the future. They are obtainable other ways. They're reobtainable with some cash, and once I get to Gauntlet, I will have plenty of money. Okay, let's go here. I need to buy some elemental runes. Let's see if I can alch this. Can I? Hell yeah. Okay, that's a nice chunk of cash back. And let's do this. Oh, one step at a time, guys. One step at a time. Okay, so next thing up, I want to get some cosmic runes. I'm going to make myself a couple pieces of jewelry. Okay, guys, here is step one. I think I have everything I need. Let's go ahead and unnote this before I forget. I need these super restores unnoted. There we go. Okay, so I've collected some items. I got myself an amulet of magic, some mystic boots, a water staff, arrows, a maple short bow. I have my nightshades. I got some pineapple pizzas. Got the dwarven rock cake to help me death pile more quickly, and some other stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and death pile, and this rock cake will be very helpful to make this more quick. Let's go move over here. This is my go-to. It's not necessarily the best. It's not always the optimal way to death pile here because you might be better off. Like you can kill yourself to a tribesman, for example, if you want to be able to go to the Ferox Enclave and get yourself poisoned by a tribesman and then die there. Hopefully I'm not. I don't think I have anything in Spory. Okay, good. And that's a way to die at the Ferox Enclave, which can be quite nice as well, because then you can bag right at the same time. You can get yourself a looting bag, or get yourself a looting bag from Draenor Village with Spira before you go there. But either way, this is my preferred spot because it's right next to the respawn. When you get to Prifddinas later, then you can do that. Okay, so we are here, and I'm going to go ahead and pop over inside and grab the stuff I need. I need to do the Mage Arena first. That's why I got this. Where is it? The Staff of Air. Let's go and grab that. The downside of this death pile spot is that you get stuck with this right here. Like, you have to figure out what you want. So it's not the best, but it does work. When you get to Prifddinas later, then you can death pile there more easily, and you can respawn and kill yourself by pickpocketing the elves. That's a way to do it, but we're going to go ahead and do it this way for now. I'm going to grab a super restore out in case I need it. I don't think I'll need it. And then I'm also going to grab some blood runes to use for the fight. I might as well also grab my death runes. I don't think I'll need all of these, but we're going to just grab them just in case. Okay, and then I will go ahead and go to, I'll need a slash weapon actually. So let's do that. Let's grab a knife real quick. I'm going to head over to Mage Bank, and I think I just need to do the fights, the original fights to get it, and I think I should be able to do that with this setup. I don't think I really need hardly anything at all. I can prayer flick the fights. Hopefully I don't mess this up and I have to do it again. But let's go ahead, knock out Mage Arena 1 and get ourselves a cape. Okay, guys, that was Mage Arena 1 completed. Should be pretty easy. There we go. Now, you can actually use, I think you can actually use this for the fight, but Ibans is better unless you have the charge spell. I'm going to go ahead, I think I need to, do I talk to this guy first? Okay, I think I need to go here and pick a god first. I always go with Zamorak. Zamorak is the coolest, and also Flames of Zamorak is, I think, objectively the most useful of the capes, or of the spells if you're going to pick one. But also, don't forget we can get a staff. Should be able to talk to this guy. I think I get one free staff. I have, there we go. Okay, and this is useful because you can actually alch it and make some money. 48k, so that'll help me with my money issues. I didn't think about this earlier. I didn't think about the alchemy, the barrels gloves, and the staff until later, but that could have helped out with my money issues in some of the previous clips. However, I'm going to do it now, and that will be good to go. This cape is pretty good. It gives plus, I think, 10 magic bonus. Yeah, we go 10 magic bonus, so it's a nice pickup, and obviously it did not take very long at all, and I think it should be storable in the POH on the cape rack. However, if it's not for some reason, you can get another one pretty easily. However, I'm pretty sure it is storable. Okay, so now that we have that, I think that is all of our actual gear. The next phase for me is going to be getting the diamonds and that whole setup. So let's go ahead and grab some coins. Let's grab the rune pouch. Let's grab my Tokol. Let's see, what else do I need? I will need... Don't need that. Don't need those. I'll need the rock cape later. Hopefully I don't need anything, because I'm going to make myself all the phoenix necklaces now. Okay, guys, I am here and I am all geared up and ready to go. I'm very nervous for this because I spent a long time preparing for this fight and I only have enough supplies for one attempt. If I mess this up, I'm gonna have to spend a while preparing for another one, but that is the nature of the beast. Okay, you can see I've got my full mage set up. I've got my steel arrows, maple short bow, should be able to shoot the arrows. Make sure you bring a bow that can actually shoot the arrows that you bought. Don't bring like a short bow that can't shoot adamant arrows, for example, if you are trying to use adamant arrows. But yeah, I've got a bunch of nightshades and a bunch of phoenix necklaces, two pineapple pizzas. Here we go. You can see the rest. I'm kind of nervous on my runes. I bought pretty much all the runes I could afford. If you watch the clip, I even alched my dragon scimitar to try and get some more cash because I'm not 100% sure this is going to be enough runes, and it'll be really sad if it's not. But it's going to just be what I've got. If I don't make it, I'll have to try again. But I'm going to be using these spells, and the key of this method is I need to keep my hit points relatively around 30 in order for my hit points level. I think I can max out at 32 hit points before my nightshade won't proc the phoenix necklace anymore, so I'm going to try and stay around there. I'm going to be switching between blood spells and ice spells to keep my hit points as I want them. I've done this before with the blitz spells, but I've never actually done it with the burst spells, so hopefully it goes smoothly. I have a lot of phoenix necklaces, but I'm honestly mostly worried about running out of runes in this fight, but we'll see how it goes. You can see this is my cash stack left over, so if I don't make it, I don't make it. This is for the healers, of course, and I'll show you guys how to do the phoenix necklace method. And I haven't done this fight in a very long time, so I'm just gonna send it and we're gonna try. Um, let's see how it goes, guys. Okay, guys, I didn't get it. I didn't bring enough prayer. Yeah, I did not expect that. The fight was so long, I ran out of prayer. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to prepare better next time. I'm definitely gonna have to bring more runes. So you know what? I'm just gonna cut it here, and I will come back with another attempt later, guys. And it's gonna take me a while to re-gear and go for another one, but it was definitely doable. If I had had more prayer and had the runes, I definitely could have gotten that. But I just ran out of prayer potions and couldn't do the micro to keep it up. Anyway, I'll see you guys at the next cut with another attempt. Okay, guys, I am here after that devastating death to Saren, and it has been a little while. Actually, it's the next day and many hours later. And you can see I'm here at the blast furnace, and I am about ready to do another attempt at Saren. And I wanted to go over stuff. First of all, you notice I am going for the Ivan staff this time. I went to the agility pyramid. That's the moneymaker I ended up doing. I had to get 80k to get my collection back. I wish I had just teleported out and not tried to fight that to the end. It was pretty clear I wasn't going to make that attempt, and I had to pay the 80k. So if you're not going to make it, just teleport out. So I'm going for Ivan's this time to give it a shot. Not only is it better DPS than the burst spells, because the max hit is 25, the burst spells are lower max hits, so the extra DPS should matter. But also, the thing I didn't originally account for was the rune cost of Ancients was so high. It was much higher than I actually had guessed and calculated. I kind of forgot just how much Ali Morrison charges for blood runes. You know, he's kind of a scammer there. It's a lot of money. And Ivan's is so much cheaper on repeat attempts, and that's something I didn't think about, was that if you do die, Ivan's, you know, the upfront cost of the 400k to buy the staff is quite a lot, but if you die and need multiple attempts like I have, then buying the death runes for multiple attempts is not bad at all. You can see I also got, you know, 500 casts. There's no way I'm going to use more than 500 casts, but if I need more, I can just buy more. So I'm going with Ivan's, going to give it a shot. I've never done this method before, so we'll see how it goes. But while I'm here at the blast furnace, is I also came up with a much better way to do the preparation. The last time I did a whole bunch of death piling shenanigans and back and forth, and it took way longer than I expected. But I came up with another method. This time we're going to use the looting bag. That's what I should have done in the first place. I'm going to put a bunch of these phoenix necklaces. I'm going to make them, put them in the looting bag to kind of make inventory space so that we can manage this all, and we should be able to do this mostly in one death pile, although you will still need to get the Zamorak cape, of course. But you could death pile that and regear or something, however you want to manage it. But what we're going to do is I got a full inventory of diamonds, and I'm going to come over here to this table, and there's a special property here at the blast furnace where other people can't see the items that you put on the ground, even if they would normally be able to. And I think it's just because people would spam drop gold bars and whatnot, and it would just clog up the room. So they made it so that dropped items in this area don't show up to other people. And there happens to be a table, and this is also where we get the gold bars. So this is really convenient. I guess we'll have an extra diamond, but I'm going to get the gold bars, and we're going to do this in multiple trips. But I'm showing you this is how you can make all the gold bars more easily without having to like buy a bunch of diamonds and then make the phoenix necklaces and go back. You can kind of do it in one trip per se, and it'll be much easier. So we come here, we're going to get our bucket. We don't need ice gloves. Oh, my buckets are on left click drop from farming. And I'll show you this. And of course I'm geared up. I've got my void set up and everything. I'm just going to be reusing the Ring of Elements this time, and we will be death piling. But once I go here, grab the gold bars, and we can teleport. I already have the mold and everything, the cosmic runes, everything I need. Teleport to Falador. There's a furnace right here. We're going to make the phoenix necklaces, put them in the bag, and that's the trick, is you put in the bag so that you can clean up your inventory so you can make another round of phoenix necklaces and you know, save that inventory space. So you can do this all in one go rather than what I did before, and should be much smoother. Also, make sure that you teleport back to the blast furnace using this normal teleport, because you will want your minigame teleport when you death pile and start the fight, because I'm going to be minigame teleporting to my house, and I don't want to not have that available, because that'll be a little bit annoying. You have to find another way to get to a charter ship. It's not the end of the world. You can just walk to one of the charter ships, but you could walk to Port Sarim, for example, but I'd rather make this walk. And we're going to come back here. Oh, shit, I have to. Yeah, so we come up here. I can charge them. I got to enchant them. But yeah, I'll probably fast forward it here, but you get the idea. I'm going to enchant them, make them, put them in the bag, make another set, and then gear up this way is so much smoother than the last time I did it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and speed forward until I'm ready for the Saren fight. And yeah, good luck on me this time. Also, I'm going to be bringing some more super restores, so we'll see how it goes. Holy shit, guys. I have to show this. Okay, so I totally did this by accident. Um this is so nice. Oh my god. You can do what I just did. This was on accident, but you can actually get this death pile on the other side of this walkway, this squeeze through, so that you don't have to pick it up in the dark. Oh my goodness. I've been using this spot for years, and I never thought to do this. But oh my god, this the one main downside of this death pile spot is that when you go through, you'd have to deal with this bullshit of like picking up your items while it's dark, it's hard to see, and all the bugs start attacking you. But I could do this. I could have been doing this the whole time, where you die on the other side of the thing at you run through at the last second, and your death pile actually shows up on the other side. That is pretty cool. But yeah, I recommend doing that, especially if you've got a lot of items to go through like right now, because you can see the bugs are attacking me. It's kind of annoying. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Anyway, I'll go back to gearing up here. Okay, guys, I am back now at the scout. Let me make sure I didn't leave anything in here. I did not. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give Saren another try. This is many hours later, as I mentioned in the previous clips, but I am ready to try with Ibans this time. Some notable setups changes. I added an extra super restore. I really wanted to go to one more to go to six, but honestly, for this version, with the Ivan staff setup, it should be a shorter fight overall because it's higher DPS. Either I'm going to win or lose, but it's going to be more quick because Ivan's is going to kill it faster, but I'm also going to go through my food faster without the blood spells. Also, I added an extra pineapple pizza. I did that because this method has less control over the healing without the blood spells, and I just didn't want to lose just because I kind of didn't have the right health control, especially since I've never done this method before with the Ivans without bloods. Something that's notable is I have a lot of extra nightshade, and that's important because if you end up in a position where you're too high of health or you need to eat during some of the last phases or use the Phoenix necklace for food, you might need to eat multiple nightshades to get down to the Phoenix necklace proc, and I think that having extras will help out. But if you don't have a bunch of extra nightshade, you can bring in Dwarven Rock Cake, but it does cost you an extra inventory slot. It's important to note that you cannot eat the rock cake during the special where she teleports you and hits all your health. While you're stunned and locked in place, you cannot eat the rock cake at that point, so you need to eat it ahead of time if you need to get to the right health threshold. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna just try it with the nightshades, but other than that, the setup is pretty much the same. So we're gonna go ahead and head on in, and good luck me. Oh, we got it! Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so Iban's was so much better. Wow. I did not expect that. I've only ever done it with the other version, so I'm honestly, as much as it was a pain in the ass for me, I'm glad that I died on the first attempt because if I had done that, I would not have tried the Ibans, or maybe not right away. And Iban's was actually so much better. It was easier. The higher DPS was noticeable, but also not having to manually click the cast was really nice. It made the fight much more chill. So overall, I'm definitely probably going to be recommending the item setup. I did end up having plenty of extra supplies, so it wasn't too bad at all. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and finish out Song of the Elves, and that will be the end of, not really the end of the guide, because I've got a couple things I want to do after this, but let's go ahead and finish out the quest. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Do, do, do. Oh, gonna go into the city. Backstory. Hey, buddy. He's got a big belly there. Woo. You'd think you would have lost weight getting stuck in the statue for that long, but man's been letting loose. It's okay. And there it is. We have finished Song of the Elves on the walkthrough account. That was the goal. I'm gonna do a gauntlet, Casey. Of course, I can't not do some gauntlet, but that is it. We are done with the main section. 80 farming locked in the account. I didn't get any other levels. I actually got 73 agility while I was doing agility pyramids, so I got a nice chunk towards 74. Alrighty, guys, and with that, we will be finally calling it an episode and a conclusion to this series, at least the progression section. I am going to do a little epilogue just for fun. I'll show my doing the corrupted gauntlet, Casey, and picking this outfit. I'm sure some of you, at least, who have had a thought about it, are curious about this outfit. I really liked it, and I'm going to show you how I picked it out, and we'll go from there. I really appreciate anybody. Hey, you're in my shot, buddy. Hey, I'm trying to do something here. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. Anybody who's gone through the guide, who's contributed, given their thoughts and feedback and input. And, it's really been a long journey for me. This isn't even the end of it for me right now because I have more work to do. But, it's been a lot. And I really appreciate you guys. I will see you in the next one. And good luck on your journeys.